John McCain, a famous politician who passed away in 2018, he wrote this statement in his final letter to America. I quote, "Our identities and sense of worth were not circumscribed, but are enlarged by serving good cause bigger than ourselves." Whether we agree with him politically or not, we have to agree with what he said in this statement. The sense of worth and identity is enlarged by serving something bigger than ourselves. Ultimately, we have to acknowledge that we need something bigger than ourselves. The leaders must be able to present their churches, organizations, companies, departments, and even each family a cause or purpose bigger than them so that we can move forward. Once we find something bigger, better, and good, we humans are motivated to do something that we used to think was not possible. The point is, where do we find that bigger cause than us? Where do we find good? Who or what is that? Job was in distress and totally in the rock bottom moment of his life. He lost his children in one day. He lost all the fortunes and positions in his life. He was physically ill, and everyone around him thought that the wrath of God must have struck him. So Job and his 3 friends were talking about this. Why? And all 3 friends and Job try to explain and reason out why things happen and how can they move forward. It must have been an agonizing moment for Job, and it must have been a painful moment for all those friends because they were helpless. All of them, even Job's wife, tried to reason through the tragedies that happened in his life. Attempts were made to find the answers within their understandings of the ethics or morals, their perception of God, and of course, their understanding of the world. His friends said that, "Job, you must have done something wrong. Therefore, you face the consequence." Why? Because that's how God works. But Job responded, or we can say protested. "I didn't do anything against God. I don't deserve this." And his friends were offended when Job said that. And they tried to convince Job that either Job must have had hidden sins or unknown sins. Job was frustrated. His friends thought that Job didn't get it. Everyone talks as if they know about God and how God operates things. One of Job's friends, Johar, heard all things and said this statement in Job chapter 11, verses 7 and 8. "Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than heaven. What can you do? Deeper than Sheol. What can you know?" He said this to tell Job that he doesn't know what he's talking about. But Johar himself did not know what he was talking about either. But his words have some truth of God. No matter how smart we are, no matter how handsome or beautiful we are, no matter how awesome and cool we are, God is much bigger, higher, smarter, deeper in understanding of everything. No matter how hard we try, we cannot overrun or be better than God. Having that understanding will make us humble and motivate us, like I mentioned, to move forward because we can find a good and bigger cause from someone who is bigger, deeper, better, and fairer than us. It is not about being a God or divine, but we want to be like God, which is not possible by ourselves, by the way, but God provided help for us through His only Son, Jesus Christ. What are bigger causes did you find? Today, I would like to suggest to you Why don't you find something big from God and be motivated to be in that bigger picture? Maybe that's what we're lacking in this world. Everyone claims that they are the most awesome, smart, great person in the human history. But try God. Challenge Him. See what He says about your future. I'm sure that you can find something bigger and interesting.